It's like a Congo.
ঠিক হয়ে যাবে, কিছু হবে না। একটু চুপ থাকেন, হ্যাঁ ওরা ডিস্ট্রাক্টেড হবে, একটু চুপ থাকতে হবে। অন্তর বসেন, একটু চুপ থাকেন, একটু। আমি অন করে দিচ্ছি,
কেটা আবার দিন,
পজ করে দেন। চুপ থাকেন, এদিকে ওরা ডিস্ট্রাক্টেড হবে তো।
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Nusrat. Now I will present my presentation about cat shopping. I have a team. My team member name is Hasnaibul Ahmed Siam, then Faria Rahman Jinia, and last my team member is Mira. Then now I would about tell cat shopping brief. Cat shopping was an American author about novel, short story and novel-based Louisiana. She is considered by scholars. To have been an American foreigner, feminist author. Cat shopping was born in 8 February 1850. Cat shopping attended St. Louis Catholic schools at age of 5 to 18. Cat shopping was married to Oscar Shopping. Then she died in 22 August 1904. Success of cat shopping. At the time, cat shopping was depressed, struggle of her loss of her mother and her loss of her business and lose her husband Oscar Shopping. Shopping's family friend Dr. Patrick suggests that she will start writing. Then by the early 1890s, cat shopping built her success by writing live. Then cat shopping published 2 novels, At Fault and The Awakening. Cat shopping today most known as cat shopping about. Now, most of known about cat shopping by the novel of The Awakening, which is published 1899. Cat shopping wrote more than 100 short stories, important short stories about Bayou, Night in Acadai, Respectable Women, Desert Baby, The Stone. Short story of an hour, which is published 1894. Now my team member Hasnaibul Siam will discover the story of an hour. Thank you everyone.
Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Story of an Owl, written by Kate Chapman, 1894. Bernard Millard died in a train accident. According to the report received at a newspaper office, Richard, who is a friend of Millard, was in the newspaper office when the report came. Richard tells Muller's sister-in-law, Josephine, about Muller's death. She tells Josephine accompany Muller's house because of Muller's wife, Louise, who is suffering from heart condition. Who is suffering from a heart condition. So Josephine announced the news as gently as possible. But Mrs. Louis Muller breaks down quite fulfilledly, then goes upstairs to a room to be alone. Then she sits down and gazes at the window. It is spring, so the nature becomes very colorful. Suddenly, an extraordinary thought occurs to Miss Muller that she is free. Now she is an independent woman. First, she felt guilty about her thought, but then she allowing herself to think about it. She whispered, "Free, free, free." Thank you.
Assalamualaikum everyone, I'm Faria Engineer. Now I will describe the second part of the story of an hour. Louis' husband had died. To be sure, she will cry at the funeral of his husband. Of course, she had loved her husband a lot, but sometimes she had not loved him at all. But what does it matter now? The main thing is now she is free. Now she is an independent woman. At that time, her sister Josephine knocked at the door and begging her to go to the downstairs with her. Mrs. Muller ensured her sister that she's okay and they have to go away. But then she thought that then she go to the downstairs with her. There, Mr. Richard was waiting for them. And was waiting to the bottom of the stairs. At that time, while waiting for them, someone is opening the door, and this is Brentley Muller. This is a matter of shock that he is alive, and there had been a mix-up. He was not in the accident spot or even near it. So Mr. Richard quickly moved in front of Mr. Brentley Muller to prevent seeing Mrs. Muller, because she had a heart problem, but it was too late. Mrs. Muller but it was too late. Later, a physician determined that she had a heart problem, and for that she could not withstand the sudden shock of seeing her husband alive and whole, and her death resulted from joint kills. And now I will call with me Rabi to describe the second part, the last part.
Hello everyone, I'm going to present my presentation. Free, body and soul free. Keith Shopping tried to say that society in late 19th century expect women to keep home, cook and bear and fear their children. In that time period, they have no rights. They have no rights to vote in elections, and they have no right to say anything, and they don't have right to do with freedom. Kate Shopping, this entire story of an hour, is trying to say that about women's freedom in late 19th century, or in this world. Story of an hour hints that Mr. Miller's husband, that type of husband who dominates his wife. And Chopin's short story, a life fable is that better to live freely and must struggle than life in captivity and be taken care of. The story lesson Kate Chopin teaches about how to behave in the world, importance of freedom in our life.
Slow.
And this is the main story about Kate Chopin. So now, thank you to all of independent people in front of us. You know, they're free. All are free.
Thank you.
Team name plus সবাই team name সবাই
Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum, I am Nusrat. Today me and my fellow teammates will give our short presentation. William Watson. Now I want to talk about a biography of William Watson. The second of the 5 children born to John Watson and Cookson. William Watson was born on 7 April 1770. What is now named Watson House in Cumbermount, Cumberland, now in Cumbria. Part of the Senate region Out of the Sense region in northwest England. Now as the Lake District or the Lake District. The Lake District.
আচ্ছা এটা যা আছে সেটাই বল যা আছে সেটাই স্পিক দেখে
বলে
যা
দেন বলে দেন দেখে দেখি বলতে থাকে 3 নম্বর পয়েন্ট থেকেই বলেন
Dorothy was the fourth and journalist whom he was very close on in his life. Born on following year and two were Richard being eldest one who became lawyer. John born after Dorothy, who went to sea and died in 1805. The youngest, the Christopher, who entered the church.
Assalamualaikum. I'm Nusrat. Today I am going to talk about the early life of William Wordsworth. So, the William Wordsworth was born in the Lake District of Northern England, the second of 5 children of a modestly prosperous estate manager. He lost his mother when he was 7 and his father when he was 13. Upon which the orphan wives were sent off there by the guardian uncle to our grammar school at Hawkshead, a village in the heart of the Lake District. At Hawkshead, the William Wordsworth received an excellent education in classics, literature, and maths. Then he moved on in 1787 to St. John's College. Then he returned in 1791 to France, where he formed a passionate attachment to a French lady, Anne Dwellet. But before their child was born in 1792, he had to return to England, was cut off there by the outbreak of war between England and France. He was not to see his daughter Caroline until she was 9. It was the darkest period of his life. That's all from me.
যাও তুমি যাও
Life is divided into 3 terms. That first was, what is, and what will be. Let's learn from the past to profit by the present, and from the present to live better in future. So guys, this is not my speech. This is the greatest speech of William Wordsworth, who is specially known as the poet of nature. Assalamualaikum everyone, myself Madina Akhtar, and right now I am going to describe about the married and late life of William Wordsworth. So, actually he was attracted to the French revolutions, and for this reason he moved to France. And after some days later, he came back due to war between France and England or between France and England. But in the meantime, his thinking changed drastically. While he was in France, he fell in love with Annabella, and he became the father of a daughter. But he never saw his daughter's face until she was 9 years old. So after that, he got married. His childhood friend, who is Mary Hutchinson. After returning back from France, the last 2 or 3 years were a terrible chapter in his life. Apart from being jobless, identityless, he was totally broken down due to various kinds of problems. And as he had a fascination with the France, so the failure of France revolutions left him disappointed. So at last, the so-called poet of English literature, William Wordsworth, died in England on 23 April 1850 at his own home, Bridal Mount. So that's it. Thanks everyone from our team.
এরপরে কি লাভেন আপনাদের ক্লাস আছে ইমিডিয়েট পরে কি ক্লাস জি ম্যাম ওদের সাথে 11:30টায় না জি ম্যাম এই বেটা না 11:30টায় মানে ব্রেক আছে তো হ্যাঁ ম্যাম এক করতে পারি আচ্ছা
Good morning everyone. Our presentation topic is William Wordsworth. Now I am going to describe about his early life. William Wordsworth was an English romantic poet born on 7 April in 1770 north of England, known as linguistic. William Wordsworth was taught to read by his mother and attended first a Chinese school of low quality in Cockermouth, known as linguistic. William Wordsworth was taught to read by his mother and attended first a Chinese school of low quality in Cockermouth. He also went to a school near Calgary. After the death of his mother in 1778, his father sent to him Hoxhead Grammar School in Lancashire, now in Cumbria. As a children, William Wordsworth was read classical literature like Shakespeare and Milton. So the young William and his siblings had little involvement with their father and remained distant from him until his death in 1783. Then in 1787, he went to Cambridge and joined St. John's College. In 1790, he started traveling Europe and visited nearby areas, France, Switzerland, Italy. He was amazed by the beauty of various landscapes. From St. John's College, William Wordsworth got BA degree in 1791. That's it. Now my following partner who will describe the next part about this topic. Thanks all.
Now I am going to talk about William Wordsworth's early life, first publication and lyrical ballads. In 1793, William Wordsworth published his first poetry collection, An Evening Walk and Descriptive Sketches. In 1793, William Wordsworth met Samuel Taylor Coleridge and they became very good friends for lifetime. In 1798, William Wordsworth and Samuel Taylor Coleridge together published the Lyrical Ballads. This was a milestone. We considered the publication of Lyrical Ballads as the beginning of English Romantic Age. It changed the idea, concept, and definition of English literature. Lyrical Ballads. In this collection, most of the poems were written by William Wordsworth, and only 4 of them were written by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. It includes William Wordsworth's famous poems like Tintern Abbey and Samuel Taylor's famous poems like The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. In the second edition of 1800, William Wordsworth added some more poems and a detailed preface to the Lyrical Ballads. The preface is considered as the manifesto of the Romantic movement. The preface was largely expanded in the third edition of 1802. In this preface, William Wordsworth raised some major ideas like using common language in literature. Poetry takes its inspiration from emotion, and day-to-day language is best for poetic use. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone. William Wordsworth was the second of 5 children. John Wordsworth and then soon John Wordsworth, his father John Wordsworth, legal representative and James Peter. William's sister the poet and Dorothy Wordsworth, who he was close all his life. They had 3 other, was from the following year, they had 3 other siblings. Each of the eldest who became a lawyer. John born after Dorothy, went to sea and died in 1805, and Christopher. The youngest here, two daughters, supposed to be master of Trinity College of Cambridge. William Wordsworth fell in love with 5 women. And then when 1792 gave birth to their daughter Caroline. Usually progress and beaten relationship with France Posset to return to England. In 1805, Wordsworth childhood friend Mary Wood Simpson. Mary gave birth to the children, 5 children. Reeve John Wordsworth, Dora Wordsworth, Dorothy Wordsworth, Thomas Wordsworth, William Wordsworth. Thank you.
Now I'm talking about William Wordsworth's life's career later other than.
আচ্ছা আপনাদের তিনজনের নামটা একটু মিসিং আছে হ্যাঁ যাওয়ার সময় বলে দিয়ে যায়
You find the Wordsworth poetic talent.
বলেন
Let you also find the Wordsworth poetic talent. And the excellency of just like the 19th century. It was like on the transition and the publishing like 24. Now, apartment and
একবার দেখেন তারপর আমাদের দিকে তাকায় ডেলিভার করেন জাস্ট একবার দেখেন সেন্টেন্সটা দেন আমাদের দিকে তাকায় ডেলিভার করেন এভাবে না একবার চোখ বুলান আপনি আপনার মতো দেন আমাদের দিকে ডেলিভার করেন
we are 7 of the class member
এভাবে না একদমই ভয় করেন না একটা সেন্টেন্সই একবার এমনি দেখেন দেখে জাস্ট আমাদের দিকে তাকায় বলবেন
this point is
ধরেন এই যে this point is a conversation between who যে নেইগুলো ওইটাই এই একটা সেন্টেন্সে আমাদের দিকে তাকায় বলেন
বুঝতেছেন কালকে মুখস্থ করে আসতে
একটু তো বললাম কালকে দিয়ে দেয়
মুখস্থ কেন করবেন প্রেজেন্টেশনে জাস্ট বেসিক ইনফরমেশন জেনে যে এই টাইমে এটা করে যদি এটা গল্পের মতো বলতে চান গল্পের মতো করে বলবেন
কথা বলো না
একটা লাইন কবে মারা গেছে সেটাই বলেন
died on 23 April 1850 at age of 80.
কোথায় মারা গেছে কোথায় মারা গেছে কেউ জানেন উইলিয়াম ওয়াটসন was died in where ইংল্যান্ড আমি তো জানি না আপনারা জানবেন ফ্রান্স কোথায় মারা গেছে
জায়গার নাম ছিল সালে মারা গেছে
ওটাই লাউডলি আমাদেরকে বলেন তাহলেই হবে
He died on 23 April 1850 in 18 years old.
At
8 years old.
At 80 years old. Okay. Yeah. খুবই নরমাল জিনিস শোনেন প্রেজেন্টেশন ইজ আ ভেরি নরমাল থিং এত হাইপ নেওয়ার তো দরকার নাই
শুরু করবো
যে ইন্ট্রোডাকশন দিবে
একটু চুপ থাকতে হবে
Assalamu alaikum. My
name আপনার
Sumaiya Shamasa. Robert Harry was 159-1.
চেঞ্জ করতে হবে
Robert Harry was born in London. Robert Harry visited 24 August in 1890 and England age 22 age admission and as John College Cambridge he did the graduation on 1971. His mother language early model English as a author poet. Robert Harry, a poet famous poet.
দেখে দেখে বলো।
Occupation poet in Israel is Hespes and 160-74 into October as 83 when
বলেন রবার্ট হেরিকের কোন ফর্ম আমরা পড়ছি? which point কোন ফর্মটা আমরা সবাই পড়লাম ক্লাসে? রবার্ট হেরিকের ডেফোডিলস ক্লাসে পড়ানো হচ্ছে? এই ক্লাসে কোনটা পড়ানো হচ্ছে ওটা বলো।
এখান থেকে না চেঞ্জ করতে হবে? এদিকে স্যার এদিকে আছে। একটু লাউডার।
Providence was a 7th century English Jew who was well known for the sister meaning for poem and love poem and celebration life. Remember point is to portrait from Easter and the celebration of human simply love. The friend life is poetry light and toward our range of typical talks.
যখন এরকম লস্ট হয়ে যান তখন তো দেখে দেখে পড়লেও পারে, নিজেদেরটাও তো ঠিক মতো করতে পারলেন না। একটা স্লাইডে যদি আমি দেখে দেখেও পড়ি, it will also feel like 1 minute. দেখে দেখে রিডিং তো কিভাবে করেন আপনারা আমি বলি, মানে একদম দেখে দেখে পড়তে থাকেন, একটা গ্ল্যান্সে যাবেন, আইডিয়া নেবেন, নাও ইউ ডেলিভার। ওই একটা গ্ল্যান্সের মধ্যে তো কুইক রিডিং একটা করে তারপরে আপনি অডিয়েন্সের দিকে তাকান এন্ড দেন বলতে থাকেন। অথবা যদি এইভাবে পিন পয়েন্ট করে দেখে দেখে বলেন তারপরে ইউ মেক ইউর ওন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ। আপনার নাম কি ছিল? হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
Hello everyone, this is Nusrat. I'm studying University of Scholars and Department of English, 11 batch. So today our presentation topic is The Story of an Hour, written by Cat Chopping. So in this slide, red mark are main character in this story. Cat Chopping was born 8 February 1850, and she speaks two languages like English and French. So this story briefing summary is a Victorian period middle class woman, Mr. Mallard, reared to her husband, accidental death. So main theme is
freedom chilo, marriage chilo, relationship বলেন কোনটা নিয়ে কথা বলতে চান?
freedom.
হ্যাঁ বলেন।
Sometimes he is like
বলেন পারবেন একটা করে মাথায় আনেন। শুনুন প্রথমে বাংলা যেটা আসছে সেটাকে একটা করে ইংলিশে ট্রান্সলেট করে ফেলেন মাথার মধ্যেই। কি আসছে বাংলায় বলেন? কিছু হবে না সবারই একই অবস্থা।
এটা বলতে চাচ্ছি যে এক ঘন্টায় মানুষের জীবন কত চেঞ্জ।
ওকে তাহলে আমি বলেন যে this is the story of an hour. So within an hour the life could be changed, life could be altered.
And the story of an hour, life could be changed just within hour. And
how did the life change in case of Mrs. Mallard?
He is thinking lots. He is thinking. She is.
বলেন কিছু হবে না বলেন।
She is.
How did the life change? Life কিভাবে চেঞ্জ হয়ে গেল?
Accidental death.
Accidental death. নাকি অ্যাক্সিডেন্টের জন্য তার লাইফ
অ্যাক্সিডেন্টের জন্য তো মানে তার লাইফ।
সো বলেন এই কথাটাই যে কেন চেঞ্জ হলো? অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট অফ হুম?
অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট অফ হুম?
অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট অফ হুম? আমি বলছি কার অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট?
Mr. Mallard.
Mr. Mallard was who? কে ছিল?
Mr. Mallard. Mrs. Mallard
husband. বলেন দেখে বলেন।
A Victorian period middle class woman, Mr. Mallard, reared to her husband, Mrs. Mallard reared to her husband, accidental death. In a state of liberation grapes for her burn desired for personal freedom. Personal freedom.
How did she react when she heard about the news?
She is scared when her husband died, and after that Josephine, she
was not scared. At first she was down, but whenever she went into her room, then she thought about her freedom. And she used to observe everything surrounding her, that right now she is free, she can observe life right now in a very better way. So she was that much happy, probably her happiness had killed her. Her happiness became the reason of her heart attack. I আপনি বলেন আসেন প্রেজেন্টেশন দিতে হবে।
Assalamualaikum. I am Nusrat. Our topic is the story of an hour by Cat Topic. The story of an hour published in 1894.
Presentation which one of them after the revolver and someone is presenting in front of me. এরকম মানে গিভ আপ এর মানে যে লাইফ গিভ আপ করে দিচ্ছে এরকম কেন? লাইফ সবার গিভ আপ করে দিচ্ছে করে রাইট তো আমার ইচ্ছা করতেছে গিভ আপ করে দেই। বা গিভ আপ কি করি আমরা? অ্যাটলিস্ট দাঁড়ান ঠিকভাবে। আপনার নেগেটিভিটি আমাকে নেগেটিভিটি দিচ্ছে। এইরকম নেগেটিভ হওয়া যাবে না তো। বলেন লাউডলি বলেন আমার মতো টোনে বলেন বলেন
Thesis. The literary author and critic Lawrence Barker claims the protagonist in Cat Topping's The Story of an Hour is an atypical, immature, egotistical woman living in America during the 19th century. On the contrary, Topping uses implicit characterization to expose a true woman whose desire to live is stripped because of the suppression of her female identity, lack of personal freedom, and inacceptable because of suppression of inescapable bondage of marriage due to the gender inequalities in the parties of the 19th century. Mrs. Mallard is egotistical, immature, self-assertive, unstable, self-destructive. Physical and mental state, young, fair, claim face, and two white, slender hands. Separate space, public and private. Unequal, common law and conversion, civil day. Cat Topping was dead in 1904.
Cake chopping.
Cake chopping dead in 1904. She was suffered heart hemorrhage.
Brain hemorrhage. Brain hemorrhage কি হয় জানেন? জিনিসটা কি জানেন? Brain hemorrhage. Brain hemorrhage হচ্ছে ব্রেইনের মধ্যে ইন্টারনাল ব্লিডিং হয়। যেই ওয়ার্ডই জানবেন সেটারই মিনিং জানবেন, যেই ওয়ার্ড যেখানে পাবেন। প্রেজেন্টেশনে এটাও ইম্পর্টেন্ট, নট অনলি প্রেজেন্টেশন, সবখানে। আচ্ছা বলেন, নাম বলেন, আইডি বলেন। আর কেউ তো বাকি নাই না প্রেজেন্টেশন আজকে? আরেকটা গ্রুপ, আচ্ছা নওশাদ, তাহলে আমরা অন্য রুমে চলে যাবো না, অন্য আরেকটা রুমে বসবো না, বিকজ স্যারের ক্লাস তো।
আমি চলেন
দিয়ে ফেলেন, ভালোই দেন, দিয়ে ফেলেন। স্যার আসছেন কি?
Hello everyone, I'm Naim. So, do you know who the person is? Yeah, this person is William also. So today our group is going to present about. Today our group is going to. Today our group is going to present about a short biography. Short biography about William also. So his date of birth is 7 April 77 and date of place is Cockermouth, England. And his father name is John Watson and his mother name is Anne Cookson. And he was a poet of he was a poet of Romanticism and the founder of lyrical ballad. Is one of the famous poet is the Daffodils. That's all for today. Now I would like to invite my friend Shamin to discuss.
Hello everyone, myself Shamin. So I start starting from the left side. I can see that William Gordon started his school from Oxford Grammar School for Orphans because his father died at the age of 7 and mother died at the age of 13. That's why he went to orphanage school, and there he get a great knowledge about mathematics and English and literature. And the most important thing he gained from there, he can play in the free field and open field as like he do. And the right corner side, I can see that he went to St. John's College, Cambridge after completing his school. And in 1791 he completed his BA Bachelor's in Art degree. Interesting thing. Recently my friend also said that he was the founder of lyrical ballads and a poet of Romanticism. Lyrical ballads was published by William Gordon and his friend Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and the reason why William Gordon was called the founder or the pioneer of lyrical ballad because there was 23 poems in the lyrical ballad and 19 of them was published and written by William Gordon. That's why the reason why lyrical ballad is written by William Gordon. And second is William Ballard was called a poet of nature. He lifted his human life to show the institution by written from different angles. William Gordon basically tried to discuss about the human lifestyle by different angles, that poor are not happy, and try to write goddess side. Like, he believes that if you create sin day by day, you will feel guilty and you cannot go close to the God. But after you feel guilty about your curse and make a redemption and start to help the nature and help the creation of gods, then you can get close to the God. William's Wordsworth's famous poets are Daffodils, the Londos Pillars, the Solitary Reaper, and the Lucy Gray. Title and awards. Percy B.C. Shelley, or as I can say, a French poet who given title of poet of nature. Rabindranath Tagore compared him with famous French poet Théophile Gautier, awarded by UK in 1842, get the poet of Laureate Ballad in 1843. Now the important part, he was interested in French Revolution, that's why he went to France, but a war between French and England took place at the time when he went to the France, and it stayed for 10 years. On that time, he married a woman named Annette Bellon, and because of the war, he returned to the England because he had no reason. And he had a daughter named Caroline, who he was able to see at the age of 9 because he cannot go to the war, go to France because of the war. And when he returned to the England, he married one of his childhood friends named Mary Hessiston, and there he became a father of a baby after 2 years. He died at the age of 80 at year 23 April 1850. Redal Mount Garden, UK, England. Thank you all. And if you guys have any question about his life or his written thing, you can question me. And an important thing, basically, ma'am can have enough time to teach us about William Wordsworth's books and his poems. We are able to have Nathunduda sir, who teaches us, who takes the course of romantic poetry, he teaches us about William Wordsworth and his life history and his literature thing, and he helped us to learn about his one of the greatest poets, the Daffodils, or I Wander Lonely as a Cloud. And I hope so you guys will see him taking the course in the future time. So thank you all.